You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews Primetime.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is Stephen Wanang del Sol for koolNews Primetime. You're listening to us right here on Cool FM Nationwide and Youth Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories that care for you. A landmark Philippine maritime law that drew instant protest from Beijing could help Manila settle long-standing territorial disputes with its Southeast Asian neighbors in the South China Sea. The Maritime Zones Act, signed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Friday, November 8, defined the Philippines' maritime boundaries under international law. It was signed alongside the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act, which establishes routes for foreign vessels through Philippine waters. The law arms Manila with new legal muscle in one of the world's most contested waterways, where China has increasingly chased away and attacked vessels from the Philippines and other co-claimant states. Beijing swiftly condemned the new laws and summoned the Philippine ambassador to China to make serious protests shortly after the Philippines passed the laws. China strongly condemns and firmly rejects this, as the move gravely infringes upon China's territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests in the South China Sea. China's foreign ministry said in a statement late Friday. Senator Francis Tolentino, the law's principal author, has tempered expectations about their immediate impact on tensions with China. But beyond deterring China, maritime expert Julio Amador III believes the new laws can set the legal framework needed for the Philippines to start maritime boundary talks with Malaysia and Vietnam. Good evening, guys.
Amador told
we're currently
what it will lead to is an opening
our,
for diplomatic negotiations, as the Philippines now has a legal basis to negotiate maritime boundaries and find acceptable compromises. The Maritime Zone Act maps out exactly where the Philippines can exercise sovereignty and control. It defines the country's internal waters, archipelagic waters, territorial sea, and exclusive economic zone, as enshrined in the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS. Amador seeks the potential for the laws to help the Philippines replicate its landmark 2014 maritime boundary deal with Indonesia. In 2014, Manila and Jakarta settled a 20-year border dispute by agreeing on the limits of their overlapping exclusive economic zones in the Mindanao and Celebes Seas. That landmark deal, the Philippines' first maritime boundary treaty, took nearly 2 decades to complete. First proposed in 1994, it was signed in 2014 and entered into force in 2019. Marcos has called it a template for delimitation talks among other Southeast Asian nations. Meanwhile, the Philippines shares overlapping claims with Vietnam and Malaysia in several parts of the South China Sea. With Vietnam, both countries claim parts of the Spratly Islands, particularly in the northern Danger Reef area. The Philippines occupies the Northeast Cay or Parola Island, while Vietnam holds Southwest Cay or Lagos Island, features that sit just 1.75 nautical miles apart. With Malaysia, overlapping claim centers in Sabah and parts of the Spratlys. The two countries have competing claims over several features, including Commodore Reef and parts of the continental shelf in the South China Sea. Amador said, with this new laws, we can now find acceptable median boundaries with Malaysia and Vietnam. The new laws come 8 years after an international tribunal invalidated Beijing's sweeping claims over the South China Sea, a ruling China still rejects. Beijing claims nearly 90% of the strategic waterway, through which more than $3 trillion in annual trade passes. China, through its foreign ministry spokesperson, specifically objected to the Philippines' new laws for illegally most of China's Huangyan Island and Nanasha Islands and related maritime seas areas in the Philippines, maritime zones. It used the Chinese names for Scarborough Shoal and the Spratly Islands. China will firmly respond to any infringement or provocative actions, Beijing's foreign ministry warned, calling the new laws a violation of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea. The geopolitical analysts maintain that it is within the Philippines' sovereign right to legislate its maritime boundaries. The Philippines is merely exercising its right to delineate its maritime zones as provided for by international law, Amador said. China has passed similar laws without any legal basis, while the Philippines used UNCLOS and the 2016 arbitration as foundation.
The laws drew strong support from Philippine maritime experts and officials who called them crucial for protecting the country's waters and economic interests as China continues to ignore the 2016 ruling. J. Batong Bakal, Executive Director of the University of the Philippines Institute of Maritime Affairs and Law of the Sea, rejected China's protests. He said the laws create a fair, equitable, and legal allocation of authority over the seas, rather than unilateral and oppressive impositions by the powerful over the weak. For the municipality of Kalayaan in the disputed Spratly Islands, the law strengthened protection for Filipino communities. This provides stronger protection and support for our people living in Pag-asa Island, local officials said in a statement referring to the Philippines' largest occupied feature in the Spratlys. The Philippine Maritime Councils called the laws essential guidelines that would finally clarify the scope of the Philippine maritime jurisdiction and protect the country's marine resources. The council said these represent more than just new legislation. They are a pledge to our maritime future. Motorists should brace for an expected increase of over 1 peso in pump prices of petroleum products next week. The Department of Energy Oil Industry Management Bureau, or DOE OIMB, estimated upward adjustments for 1.10 to 1.40 per liter for gasoline, 1.70 to 1.90 per liter for diesel, and 1.10 to 1.20 per liter for kerosene. The price indications were based on the 4-day trading in the means of Platts Singapore. Assistant Director Rodela Romero said oil prices edged higher following U.S. production cuts in the Gulf of Mexico due to a hurricane, coupled with the delayed plans of OPEC Plus to increase output in December. As widely expected, the U.S. Federal Reserve also trimmed the benchmark interest rate of 25 basis points during its policy meeting this week, which in turn could stimulate more economic activity and higher oil demand. Last Tuesday, pump prices of gasoline declined by 0.10, while those of diesel and kerosene increased by 0.75 and 0.50 respectively. In Cotabato City, the political party of the Moro National Liberation Front officially pitted on Friday, November 8, its candidates for the 80-seat Bangsamoro Parliament in preparation for next year's first-ever parliamentary elections in the autonomous region. Regional Labor and Employment Minister Muslimin Sema, president of the MNLF's Bangsamoro Party, filed on Friday a manifestation of intent to participate in the 2025 Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao parliamentary elections at the regional office of the Commission on Elections at the BARMM capital in Cotabato City. Sama, who is chairman of the MNLF that has a peace agreement with Malacanang, is not aspiring for a seat in the regional parliament. Sama was accompanied to the Comelec office by senior MNLF's officials from Maguindanao del Norte, Maguindanao del Sur, Basilan, Tawi-Tawi, and from the cities of Lamitan, Marawi, and Cotabato. Sama said, while there are efforts by national lawmakers to reset next year's regional parliamentary elections, we shall proceed with our plans because if they cannot postpone the elections through a congressional measure, it will take place as scheduled. The MNLF, which forged a final peace compact with Malacanang on September 2, 1996, is helping the Chief Minister of BARMM, Ahod Balawag Ibrahim, oversee the regional government's peace and development initiatives. Ibrahim is the chairman of the Central Committee of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front that also has separate peace deals with the national government, the 2012 Framework Agreement on Bangsamoro and the 2014 Comprehensive Agreement on Bangsamoro. The two government MILF agreements paved the way for the replacement via a plebiscite in 2019 of the then 27-year and now defunct autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao with a more empowered BARMM. Sema and other officials of the Bangsamoro Party reminded on Friday all of its candidates, members, and supporters of in BARMM's 5 provinces and 3 cities to adhere to our party rule prohibiting the use of Facebook and mainstream media platforms to attack other parties or candidates from other blocs even if they are rudely provocative in their campaign manners. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 9:09 p.m. Philippine Standard Time and we will return after the break. And you're listening to News Radio 93.1 and Cool FM nationwide. This is Cool News Primetime when we return. This Cool News edition was brought to you by Jor Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog. Amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Fujidenso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances of Fujidenso HV inverter appliances. Fujidenso, quality above all. Neutral Light Style Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula. Long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. Yakult Probiotic Drink. Yakult. Panalo ka tiyan. And MX3 Natural Supplements. Verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3. Tunay, natural, at original. You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Pag in the mood for beach, time for Dunkin' Iced Spanish Latte.
Pag sweater weather, time for Dunkin' Brewed Coffee.
Pag nagkayaya ang magbike, time for Dunkin' Iced Americano.
Anytime is Dunkin' Coffee time. My hot and iced coffee for any moment, any vibe, anytime. Eh, ikaw? Time for Dunkin' Coffee, hot or iced.
Hello?
Hello, Tay. Kumusta na po kayo?
Ito, okay lang kami, anak.
Namimiss ko na kayo eh.
Kami nga rin, anak. Namimiss ka na namin ng nanay mo.
Alagaan ninyo ang inyong mga sarili, ha?
Oo naman. Haba, kami pa. Eto nga, ako ngayon nagkakarpintero eh.
Ha? Pati ba naman yan ginagawa nyo pa?
Wala ito, anak. Nagpapapawis lang naman eh.
Tay,
Hmm.
gusto ko pagdating ko dyan, masaya tayong lahat.
Abay, oo
Oo
naman.
nga pala, huwag niyong kalilimutan. Dapat araw-araw kayong mag-vitamin C, ha? Yung Mark C.
Oo naman, anak. Oo, yung Mark C.
Sige po, Tay. Bye-bye. Mag-Mark C, ha?
Okay, anak. Ingat ka dyan. Maraming salamat. Bye! Mag-Mark C araw-araw para always kang healthy. Ang Mark C ay mabibili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan, botika at drugstores dito sa inyong lugar. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Mark C.
Ane, alam mo ba pag may diabetes, humihina ang immune system. Kaya sabi ng mga pro, araw-araw mag-immune pro.
The only one with Zinc Plus technology. Kaya buo ang vitamin C at zinc at most tulungang palakasin ang immune system with proper diet and exercise. Magtiwala sa Pro. Immune Pro.
Unilab yan.
Sodium ascorbate plus zinc is the generic name of Immune Pro. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa iraramba. Extra busog sa crispy chicken fillet meal at crispy chicken fillet ala king meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Yo, it's the saint himself, Dwight Ramos.
Hey yo, Jeremiah, what are you having?
Alam mo na, yung Primera Klase.
Primera Light Brandy.
Primera Klaseng Night.
From Spain, award-winning premium blend.
Smooth. Now this is our Primera Classic Brandy. Primera Light Brandy. Dahil Primera Classica.
Drink responsibly.
Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Minsan sabaw na feeling. Call someone sweet and refreshing. Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Oh, let's bang araw at ang feeling ay sad. We don't like that. With friends you can refresh, so enjoy lahat. We all like that.
Maria's here. Make life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Available in apple, lemon, and lychee. Drink responsibly. Worried about Ponytail dents, tangles, and frizz? Use Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable every day for 5 times smoother, fragrant hair versus non-conditioning shampoo. Para
Gandang lugar-ready lahat tayo. Sunsilk.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function. With a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang lakas de Peso Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Tek, pabili po ng 2 Nor Chicken Cubes.
O, eto.
Ha? Isa lang po to
Doble yan.
Ang Nor Cubes ay may doble-doble. Nor Cubes doble. 2 for 10 lang yan. Sulit na sulit. Mapapaulit. Nor Cubes doble pack.
Ang sarap-sarap ng doble-doble with Nor Cubes Doble Pack. 2 cubes for 10 pesos SRP lang.
Also available in pork.
Promo lasts from January 2, 2024 to January 1, 2025 per TVH CRR permit number 1589 series of 2023.
Ayos lang. Basta't kasama. Konting Tanduay Light. Buo ang kalooban.
Tanduay Light. Gaan ang tama, gaan ang may kasama. Drink responsibly.
With Sprite, kayang-kaya mo yan. Cool ka lang. Cool ka lang. Steady ka lang muna mag-Sprite ka lang dyan.
Sahod, hindi limo. Sweldo, hindi ayuda. Imbes nag-aabot ng barya, bigyan ng dignidad ang ating magsasaka. Samahan niyo ako at ating busugin ang mga nagpapakain sa atin.
Senador Ivy Marcos para sa magsasakang Pilipino.
Want awesome TV? You don't need 175 raisins to get it. You just need 175 in load. With Signal Load 175, you can boost your entertainment experience without breaking the bank. Enjoy 30 days of free-to-air, plus premium local and international channels like PBO and Cinemo, Cartoon Network, Nick Jr., Rock Entertainment, Tap Sports, and many more for just 175 pesos. What are you waiting for? Load through Maya or GCash and start watching today.
Passes the ball, and wow! That's a slam dunk!
Ma, paglaki ko, gusto ko maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, Star Rice at Gulay Kapanak. May Star Margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya rap with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Happy Puting Pasko from Sir!
Sir Puti-Putita!
2 minutes lang, instant puti na. Sir Instant Bango, Sir Instant Puti.
Based on internal technical tests and cotton after 1 wash. Results may vary.
Sir Puti-Putita, buong pamilya ko.
Sir!
You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila!
Nationwide pa! Elections to May 2026, ostensibly because of the Supreme Court decision that excluded Sulu from BARMM. Escudero said the polls should be postponed to give more time to reallocate Sulu's 9 seats in Parliament to the other BARMM provinces. During the Senate Local Government Committee public hearing yesterday, Maguindanao del Sur Governor Mariam Mangudatu opposed the postponement, saying it would only benefit the MILF that leads the Bangsamoro Transition Authority and give the former rebel group more time to campaign and get elected. Mangudatu said, "It seems that we are denying the Bangsamoro people the right to choose their own leaders. They will allow the same people to serve for 7 years without any election or mandate from the people." But Maguindanao del Norte Governor Abul Rauf Macauca said the postponement is necessary and in the best interest of the region and its people, as this would allow more time to educate the Bangsamoro people about the parliamentary election process. Macauca said moving BARM elections to a later date would allow ample time to address critical issues, ensuring that the electoral process will be transparent, fair, and credible so that there will be sufficient time for planning and coordination, thereby reducing the risk of hasty preparation that could undermine the integrity of the process. BTA Deputy Speaker Omar Yasel Sema said there is a collective sentiment in the Bangsamoro Parliament that the exclusion of Sulo significantly affects the transition period and governance. Sema added, we cannot yet reallocate because we are still looking at our brothers and sisters in Sulu. These are very fundamental issues that touch on the very core of the Bangsamoro struggle. What is for Sulu only. Commission on Elections Chairman George Garcia said the issue should be resolved before December, when the ballots will be printed and in the list of candidates finalized. Senator J.V. Ejercito, who chairs the local government committee, said the public hearing aims to get the side of the BARMM officials about the postponement, as he stressed the need for lasting peace in the region. Ejercito said this is not simply about determining whether the elections should proceed or not. The committee is looking forward to gaining a deeper understanding of the rationale behind these proposals, ensuring that any recommendation made is well informed and in the best interest of our brothers and sisters in BARMM. Meanwhile, election watchdog Legal Network for Truthful Elections also opposed the move to postpone the first BARMM parliamentary elections. The group said regular and periodic elections should only be postponed under the exceptional and compelling circumstances. It stressed that the Supreme Court ruling excluding the province of Sulu is not an urgent, substantial, or compelling justification for postponement. The Department of Transportation may enforce counterfloor traffic on the EDSA busway to make it dangerous for unauthorized vehicles to pass through the lane. Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista told reporters there is ongoing discussion within the DOTR to reverse the traffic flow along the exclusive bus lane on EDSA. Given this, Bautista said unauthorized motorists who plan to enter the busway would think twice about it because of the possible repercussions of figuring in a road accident. Bautista said the proposal could also improve convenience and safety for commuters of the carousel buses. He explained that in a reverse traffic system, buses would open their doors right at the platform of the stations, unlike in the current setup where passengers exit on the road. Bautista said commuters can expect a new system on the busway before the year ends. The DOTR is discussing the details of the plan with bus operators, who reportedly aired their support for it. Bautista said, we have a good discussion about the possibility of moving the direction of the busway, so when you are going north, the bus would be on the left side. He added, we asked the opinion of the bus operators and their initial reaction is that it is a good idea. We want to make the busway really exclusive for buses. And when we also wanted the doors of the buses on the right side for safety considerations. On top of this, Bautista said the DOTR wants to reduce the number of protocol plates that may be presented to be able to pass through the busway. Bautista said the agency may go as far as allowing protocol plates in the busway only if the car is transporting an authorized official. Currently, only the convoys of the President, Vice President, Senate President, House Speaker, and Chief Justice are allowed to use the busway. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian has come under fire after the LTO identified a company whose key officials are his relatives as the owner of the luxury Cadillac Escalade that used the busway illegally. The vehicle abused the Senate Protocol Plate 7 to enter the busway. The Cadillac is owned by Orient Pacific Corporation, which is handled by William Gatchalian, the senator's father. The busway, a project of the DOTR, is designed to speed up travel within and around Metro Manila by allocating an exclusive lane on EDSA for public utility buses. In the international news, the Hamas has not been informed they are unwelcome in Doha. The Qatari Al Arabi news outlet reports, citing informed sources. Senior Biden administration officials told overnight that Qatar informed Hamas over a week ago that it must close its diplomatic office in Doha. Qatar has hosted Hamas officials in Doha since 2012 when the terror group moved its headquarters out of Damascus amid the Syrian civil war and after successive U.S. administrations from both parties urged Qatar to serve as a conduit to the terror group. Following Hamas' October 7 onslaught, the U.S. informed Qatar that Doha would not be able to maintain business as usual with the terror group. However, the administration held off on asking the Gulf state to shutter the Hamas office, viewing the communication channel with Hamas to be as critical as ever in brokering a ceasefire and hostage release deal. A U.S. official told that Hamas' execution of American-Israeli hostage Hersh Goldberg Polin along with the 5 other captives in late August and subsequent rejection of more ceasefire proposals are what led the administration to change its approach regarding the terror group's continued presence in Doha, deeming it no longer viable or acceptable. Israeli soccer fans came under an apparently organized widespread attack by anti-Israel rioters in Amsterdam Thursday night following a match. Dutch security forces appeared helpless to protect the tourists as they were ambushed by gangs of mass assailants who shouted pro-Palestinian slogans as they hunted, beaten, and harassed the Israelis. The Israeli officials said 10 citizens were injured. Up to 10 people were at one point out of contact with their families, but by 3 p.m. Friday, all were accounted for following the hours of overnight violence, apparently perpetrated largely by local Muslims and Arabs. Hundreds more people huddled in their hotels for hours, fearing they could be attacked again when they were trying to reach their flights home. The leaders of Israel and the Netherlands condemned what they called anti-Semitic attacks on the fans of a soccer club, Maccabi Tel Aviv, before and after the Europa League soccer match between their team and Ajax. Dutch authorities said by morning that the situation had calmed down. Early on Friday morning, Israel's foreign ministry advised all Israel citizens not to leave their hotels as it worked with local authorities to ensure their safety. At 9 a.m., it put out updated instructions saying local security forces had been deployed and it was safe to head to the airport. At the same time, it said they should avoid displaying Israeli and Jewish symbols on the streets. Amsterdam police said 5 people were hospitalized and released by the afternoon, and 62 were arrested. The police said they had started a major investigation into multiple violent incidents. Officials denied rumors that some people had been taken hostage. And to lighten up this weekend, Solaire Resort recently kicked off its holiday festivities with tree lighting ceremonies at Solaire Resort Entertainment City and Solaire Resort North, which both boast of dazzling 20-foot Christmas trees placed around the property. Solaire Resort Entertainment City in Parañaque City hosted its tree lighting event, which featured a performance by Lea Salonga and Clay Aiken. Meanwhile, Solaire Resort North welcomed the holiday season with its first tree lighting ceremony with an enchanting performance by Ballet Philippines along with a serenade by Martin Rivera, creating an unforgettable night of music and celebration. Both Solaire Resort Entertainment City and Solaire Resort North are offering a slew of experiences guests of all ages can enjoy this festive season, from raising room packages, fun activities, and entertainment to indulgent gourmet delights. Attendees at the ceremony at the Solaire Resort Entertainment City in Pasay included Thomas Arasi, the president and COO of Bloomberry Resorts Corporation, Enrique Razon Jr., chairman and CEO of Bloomberry Resorts Corporation, Alejandro Tenco, PAGCOR chairman and CEO, Lizzie Razon, Donato Almeida, vice chairman for construction and regulatory affairs at Bloomberry Resorts Corporation, and former Chief Justice Justado Peralta. Also present in the Solaire Resort North is Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte and Representative Arjo Ataide.
My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior, and I rejoice for His eternal life. I ask every Filipino family, please turn to Jesus.
A friendly reminder from the Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters.
This verse of the day was brought to you by BibleGateway.com and the Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters. Wash yourselves, purify yourselves, remove the evil of your deeds from before my eyes. Cease to do evil, learn to be good, seek justice, reprove the ruthless, execute justice for the orphan, plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together, says Yahweh. Though your sins are as scarlet, they will be white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they will be like wool. That was Isaiah chapter 1 verses 16 to 18 in Legacy Standard Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for koolNews Primetime. We will return tomorrow at koolNews Early Edition under Hello Pilipinas for more news and headlines. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Coming up on Cool FM is May Tulugan kasama si Geometric. I'm Stephen Wanag del Sol. Take care and God bless the Republic of the Philippines. Good night.
Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it